Hello, how you doing? Okay, so this is about the Tetragram. So this is what the Kabbalah is all about. The Kabbalah, what is the Kabbalah? The Kabbalah, Jewish men above 30 that are married were encouraged to take Judaism one step further and study the Kabbalah, which goes into more detail about what the Hebrew characters mean and the symbologies of Judaism, a deeper look of what the symbols mean and everything. It's never been a requirement that all Jews do that, and it's not just a Jewish thing, and it existed before Judaism was even a religion. Many believe that the Kabbalah was what the angels whispered in the ear of Adam as he left the Garden of Eden during the fall of Adam. That's what I believe, because then Adam started naming things, and naming things. That's what the Kabbalah is all about: word, sound, and power, and the meaning of words, and how there's symbols that mean things, so that you can create a language and an alphabet and a language, and even ultimately numbers and calendars and everything else branches out from that system. So the Kabbalah for a long time was just an oral tradition among the elders, and then it stayed part of Judaism. And the truth is, it's inside all religions, all through Asia, Buddhism, even Native American religions. It's the Kabbalah is something that we all have in common. It's the only thing that all religions have in common. Have you ever wondered how all religions are more or less the same, and they believe the same thing but with minor differences, and how stupid it is we're killing each other over such things? It's because the foundation of everything is the Kabbalah. And it's huge, it's big. It can be quite an eye-opener to realize this about the world, because once you put this information in your head, life will just keep showing you over and over and over again that it's everywhere. And it's it's pretty heavy. So I can see why the Jewish religion didn't even have people study it till they were 35, But nowadays, with the age of information and everything, people are more used to taking in heavy information and things like that. So it was an oral tradition for a long time, and it became known as the Order of Melchizedek in Judaism. So it was just something among the priests, which were the only literate people, and blah, blah, blah. So it was kind of like that, like a thing among the elders that were educated enough to read and go into these type of details, And that's why you see so many pictures and symbols and art teaching people things, because they didn't even know how to read, but they could understand the meanings inside pictures, and then you could teach them more and more details because it would be filled with all these meanings. But at one point, they realized that, hey, this Kabbalah thing, we should put it into the form of a book somehow. So there is the most famous written Kabbalah, the most famous thing that's been written down is the Zohar. But the Zohar is not the oldest written down thing. The first thing that was written down was a book called the Sefer Yetzirah, which translates into English the Book of Formation. And the Book of Formation, as you can see, it's not a very thick book. In fact, a lot of this is the introduction. It's even thinner than that. And then there's like an index and stuff. It's just finally something written down that's the Kabbalah in, instead of just oral tradition, to establish things on a certain way, And pretty much all the Sefer Yetzirah does is it just goes over, the deity is Yahweh, and Jah is short for Yahweh, because it's casting pearl before swine to walk around saying Yahweh. It's the heart of everything, And it's the writing, it's the word to describe the part within where we connect with the universe, where we connect with Jah, the Almighty Creator. and our ability to create through words. When we think, those are words. Like, listen to yourself think. You're using the language that you know. Like, if your mother tongue is English, you're thinking in English. How weird is that? You didn't even know English originally. It's because you've assigned these words to mean these things. And the word to describe that link that's beyond us, that connects within, is Yahweh. The Hebrew characters, and you read in Hebrew, you don't read from left to right, you read from right to left. Yod, Che, or Che. And nobody, and like someone will say, hey, you call that Che. It's pronounced Che. I know Hebrew, and you don't even know that. The truth is, nobody knows the proper pronunciation, the original proper pronunciation, and many believe it's Che. But yeah, people that speak Hebrew today say it's Che. So Yod Che Vav Che, YHWH. Yahweh. It's pronounced. Most people agree it's pronounced Yahweh, but that's controversial. Some people believe it's pronounced a lot of different ways. Perhaps it's pronounced Yod Che Vav Che or Yod Che Vav Che, you know? But anyway, so the Book of Formation goes over what each of these characters mean, you know? Fire, water, air, and earth. So that's what I've written down here. So you see here I did it for us left to right, but the proper way is actually the other way around, right to left. But I've broken this down so it's even easier. And this when it's in Hebrew to mean Yahweh, which is the name of the deity, it's called the Tetragram. The Tetragram. This is the Tetragram, written backwards, of course. But when you pronounce it, it's called the Tetragrammation, or the Tetragram. I can't, you know. So, like, it isn't the Kabbalah, it's the Kabbalah. And it isn't Che, it's Che. And it isn't the Tetragrammation and the Tetragram, it's the Tetragrammaton and all, you know. Like, I constantly pronounce things incorrectly. That's because I have a relationship with the Hebrew language. It's my religious right. The exact pronunciation doesn't mean anything to me. I don't really care about that. I'm not trying to speak Hebrew. I'm just trying to understand what it's really saying. Okay? So it's so Yod is it's either a sperm or a flame, a fire. So just like a cartoon character has a light bulb above their head, it's the idea. You know, I'm going to make a cake. I'm going to make a green cake. But it also means sperm, because like you create things, you create a baby with first sperm. The next letter, Che, this is a window. See how that looks like a window? They're pictures. The Hebrew characters are pictures of things. And that means window. Oops. Window. Okay? And it means water. And then the third character is a vow, which is a sword. See how it's a sword? And then the fourth letter is Che. It's a repeat of the second, because when fire, water, and air are one, when you've brought these into one through overstanding, you have manifestation of form. And earth is manifestation of form, because the earth is manifest form. Or, you know, that's the physical earth is the physical manifestation of what's been created spiritually. So the idea, the spirit of it, and the emotional, and the soul of the idea. Air is the intellectual substance of the idea. So first you have the idea, then you define the soul of the idea, then you intellectualize the idea, and when the idea, the soul of the idea, and the intellectualization of the idea is one, you have manifested form. That's why the fourth letter is a repeat of the second. Okay? And it's masculine energy, feminine energy, masculine energy, feminine energy. See how both of these are phallic? And it's fire, water, air, and earth. On the first day, let there be light. On the second day, there was a ball of water. On the third day, land rose and there was air. On the fourth day, it just says, and then the planets spinned, and it just describes the physical world that's now been created on the fourth day. So that's number 1, 2, 3, and 4. South, west, east, and north. Red, blue, yellow, and green. That's the symbol for fire, and sometimes it's colored in red. That's the symbol for water, and sometimes that's colored in water. This is the symbol for air. See, because these are both penises. They're both masculine energies, and these are cups because they're feminine energies. And then earth, which also has a line in it. And when you overlay all of these together, when you put all of those and lay them on top of each other, it looks like that, which is a penis and a vagina made into one star, the pentagram. There's the 5-pointed pentagram and the 6-pointed pentagram. This is the 6-pointed pentagram. And it's the unity of the masculine and the feminine energies. Of course, a man and a woman make a baby, and it's the manifest form of all of these put together. The king, the queen, the priest, and the priestess. And in the tarot deck, which is one of the things that the Sefer Yetzirah, the book, establishes, that this connects, and it's because of Egypt. It's because these concepts originally come out of Egypt. It's the book of Thoth. Wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. If you've seen the tarot deck, it's divided into the court cards. King, queen, priest, and priestess. The minor arcana cards, which each one, wands, there's a 1 of wands, 2 of wands, 3 of wands, 4 of wands. There's a 1 of cups, 2 of cups, 3 of cups, 4 of cups, so 1 of, see, so those are the minor arcana. Of course, the king, queen, priest, and priestess is the they're called different things in different decks, but and then you have the major arcana cards. The major arcana cards are like the world card, the universe card, the devil card, the high priest card, the ones with names and then a picture of someone that is that thing. And so the tarot deck in the Kabbalah, you personalize what each of these mean. What does fire mean to you? What does water mean to you? What does air mean to you? What does earth mean to you? And then you personalize that, and now you've personalized the name of Jah, the Tetragram, Yahweh, which is your connection within. So the creative power, so that's why Jah is spirit, not body. It's our connection with our relationship with our creative power within, where we create things with words, fire, water, air, and earth, which we see in the manifest world as fire, and there's water, and there's air, and there's earth. Those are the forces on that we see in manifest form. And then the whole tarot deck, which is the Kabbalah, astrology, the tarot deck, and magic are all the same thing. It's all the same thing, and it's all based on the Sefer Yetzirah. The Sefer Yetzirah is the secret book that all religions, all languages, everything's based on. And it's Yahweh, which is you call it Jah. Of course, the letter Y is older than the letter J, so originally it was Yah. That's where Yahweh, it's Yahweh, and then it evolves into a letter J, and so since the invention of the letter J, we say Jah, to say it short, so to not cast pearl before swine.